Welcome to Percussion Methods. Today we're talking about French grip. Take your stick, put your thumb flat about 1/3 of the way from the butt end. Make sure your thumb is flat, not pointed or square like that. Then curve around your index finger. The stick is going to go right about there. There should be a crease in your skin at the last knuckle. That's going to wrap around and be right across from your thumb. And the back fingers are going to go on the stick too. At this point, it looks just like the setup for German grip. The stick is going to be angled compared to your wrist. See, my wrist is coming up and over and my stick goes straight out. That's so I can get my back fingers on. If I try and put everything in a straight line, I need to move my thumb forward, my back fingers come off the stick, then everything is straight. We don't want that. This angle is about 135 degrees. Now we're going to take our wrist and bend it backwards a little bit. French grip is a rotating grip. We have two bones in our forearm, the ulna and the radius, and they can twist around each other like if you're turning a doorknob. If you take your hand and bend it backward and create that same rotation, you get a waving goodbye kind of motion. If we put the stick in the hand, have that backward bend in the wrist and rotate, we get this stroke motion forward. A simple exercise to isolate that motion is to put your palms together, have a big wrist bend, and rotate forward and backward. You'll feel those two bones in your forearm moving around each other. This grip does not need any elbow articulation or pumping from the biceps. French grip also allows for another articulation point, this rocking motion back in the fingers without even turning the wrist yet. This allows the grip to stay really relaxed and fluid, especially when you're playing faster musical elements such as rolls. I'm demonstrating this grip on timpani because we often see it used with this instrument. Let's break down a single stroke in French grip. I've set up that angled wrist. I'm sitting up nice and tall. My wrist is at a good angle so that I'm going to get a nice flat angle of attack on the head. I'm going to accelerate down and roll my fingers just a little bit and rebound out of the head. I'm not going to need to use my elbow hinging at all. Looks like this. I'm just turning my hand downward into the drum, rotating in my forearm. Left hand is the exact same thing as the right, just mirrored. The back of my hand is at that 135-degree angle compared to my forearm. I'm going to rotate down, almost like a chopping or a waving kind of motion. I'm not going to use my elbow or shoulder at all. I'm accelerating into and out of the head to get a really nice full sound. I'm also rolling a little bit with my fingers in this grip to keep things relaxed and fluid. If you want an interesting challenge to help isolate that wrist rotation movement in French grip, you can take a stick or a mallet and actually set it on top of your wrists like this. Check the angles of the back of your hands to your forearm, sit up nice and tall. You should be able to play some notes and the stick will move a little bit, but it shouldn't fall off. If you try and do this exercise and pump down with your elbow hinging action, that stick is going to drop to the floor pretty quickly. French grip is very useful on instruments where you have a lot of travel side to side. We don't need to use this in mallets because all the bars are in a straight line. With timpani, the instruments are set up in a large arc, and this gives us good mobility around our torso. If we try and do this in German grip, especially if we need our feet pointed forward to, say, do a pedal change and roll on this low drum, we have to pull our shoulder back really far. French grip is also quite useful on drum set. If you're going from the snare drum, you can flip your hand over into French grip to get to your ride cymbal really quickly. However, French grip is not as strong as German grip in a few areas, mostly whenever you need to bounce the stick or play buzz rolls. On timpani, we don't play buzz rolls, we play single stroke rolls, which allow the head to resonate freely, and we usually don't have intricate ornaments such as ruffs to deal with.